Hey everybody, Ryan McCaffrey with IGN here to give you a hands-on comparison between the old Xbox 360 controller, codenamed Krypton back in the day by the way, versus the brand new Xbox One controller. Definitely iterative here. This is not a revolutionary change from 360 to Xbox One, and that's a good thing. I mean, for me, the 360 gamepad was the all-around best game controller I'd ever used. The only real weaknesses of the 360 pad were certainly the D-pad. That's the one everybody knows about. We all agree on that. Microsoft tried to fix it later on with the transforming D-pad. You know, it was a Band-Aid on a bullet wound there. And then really the only other thing, the battery pack. You know, it kind of bulges out there, plus just the fact that it took AA's at all, whereas the DualShock 3 took of course, an internal rechargeable battery, which was always nice. And then over the years, you can see this is my Live Turns 5 Special Edition controller from 2007. And the nubs, the little grip dots on the thumbsticks have pretty well worn off by now. So here with the Xbox One controller, the big improvements, number one, is getting rid of that bulge. The battery pack is flush now, but the bad news is it's still AA's in there. Microsoft is still charging for a separate play and charge kit, which is pretty unfortunate. Okay, that's actually not the biggest. That's maybe item 2 on the list. Item number 1 right here, the D-pad. The D-pad has been completely redone. Microsoft knew it was a problem, and to their credit, they have absolutely fixed it. This is a fantastic D-pad. Our guys have been using it in Killer Instinct, fighting games, you name it. It just has a great clicky feel. It is night and day better than the Xbox 360 gamepad. The other one, a little bit of a tweak up top with the triggers and the shoulder buttons. The shoulder buttons have been enlarged a little bit, so there's not the dead zone, that little dead zone between the triggers and the bumpers anymore. It flushes right from the bumper into the trigger now, so you're not going to be hitting nothing. You will hit something. You will hit a bumper, which I like. It's a little bit of a change in your hands, but overall you get used to it really quick and it feels great. The other big changes, the sticks. It's tough to see on video, but the thumbsticks have actually been made a tad smaller in diameter, but also taller. It's so subtle, you probably won't really notice, and even if you do, you're going to get used to it in about 3 seconds. Face buttons they feel virtually identical, and then once you get in the game, the biggest change you're going to see, particularly if you play Forza Motorsport 5, and I'm sure we'll see it in other games going forward, but the triggers themselves, what Microsoft are calling the impulse triggers. These triggers have rumble motors inside them individually, which when you're playing Forza, you'll see can do everything from just a subtle little blip of a rumble when the car shifts to a new gear, to when you pull the left trigger on a hard brake, you'll really feel it pulse, like the brake is grabbing the car to slow it down. So just a fantastic controller. I think now this takes the crown from the 360 controller as the best all-around controller ever made. It feels great. I mean, I've always preferred the offset thumbsticks as opposed to the side-by-side ones. It's a completely subjective thing, though your taste may vary, but I'm completely satisfied with the Xbox One controller. I think Microsoft hit it really out of the park, other than would have loved to have had an internal rechargeable pack like we've seen on everybody else's controllers for a while now. But the good news is I've been using my Xbox One controller for well over a dozen hours now, I would say, across finishing Rise, finishing all kinds of games, and I'm still going strong on the battery, so at least they do last a while. So that is a head-to-head, old versus new Xbox 360 controller versus the new Xbox One controller. For more on all things Xbox, you're already in the right place, IGN.